When anything happens to us in life, we have the choice to decide on how we react. It's our choice. I'm a tea person. Emotional intelligence, and where I think, I personally don't think it's something you have or you don't have. I believe it's something that you develop through time. EQ, IQ, or EQ versus IQ, and what's more important, if any? Are they even important? There are a number of social media celebrities and sort of people who are present on social media now with huge followings, particularly in the business environment, talking about how important it is and how they have it and how it's helped them get them to where they are right now. It's not you either have emotional intelligence or you don't. It's a case of we all have emotional intelligence. It might be developed and it's very highly skilled and tuned in because of experiences, your upbringing, your career, your life, or else it's poor because of those things. But experiences probably in your sort of older age group into your sort of working career. My view on it there, and it's just for those people who don't understand what it is, it's effectively the ability to take into account your own emotions in any given situation or an environment, have control over them, be able to make decisions and take actions as a result of them, and likewise, and probably more importantly, is to also have a level of empathy and understanding, not sympathy and understanding, but empathy and understanding when you're sitting having a conversation like this here. And this is why EQ is so important. If a business is just a group of people that are looking for leadership and looking to carry out a task, the relationship between that leader and those people is where emotional intelligence really comes into its own. So that leader needs to have a complete and deep understanding of themselves, their skills, their weaknesses, and how to control themselves, and when they need to sort of step up, the pressure on people to do so, and discipline someone to make sure that it's done in the right way, in a controlled way, and be able to balance how and when, how much pressure you should put on a staff member. I mean, I've had over the years people come to me from all sorts of things. Relationship troubles, financial troubles, just being like massively misunderstood when it comes to actually how they should do their job, not being able to read and write properly, hiding things like dyslexia, people going through huge life changes, and being able to get their respect by being able to sit down with people, see what their problems are, help them with their problems, and then also be able to get them back on track, make sure they're focused on their work. Having that deep understanding of someone else and being able to manage them is where emotional intelligence in business really comes in, and that's why it's important for a business person to have that experience. Some people have it a bit more natural than others because of experiences. Some people really need to consciously be aware of it, but being emotionally aware of yourself and other people is critically important. Anything can be practiced. I think the first part before practicing is learning. Reading a book, watching videos, doing a course, going to university, learning things, taking information in and being understanding of that is the first thing. Now that's personally what I've done. I have had to experience it, being in sales and business from a very early age, from the literal start of my working career. Been terrible at dealing with people initially. Because of my love of business, I've then researched these things, take them in, understood them better, you get more mature, but the key thing really to develop it is to actually use it in real situations. Where someone who is in my position would have the benefit is that every single day I'm able to speak to staff, speak to myself, speak to more senior people, less senior people in the kind of corporate ladder, clients. If you were in doing your own business out your own home office, just you and nobody else, it would be hard. You can learn all you want, you can research all you want, and that will give you a deeper understanding of it, but you want to put these things into practice, and you want to actually take action on them and put them into real life situations. See, when you experience enough things, effectively what you're doing is you're just you're actually doing that. You're watching, you're listening to a situation play out. But because you're actually in the environment of it, you tend to retain things better. By reading, watching and listening in your own environment, it just means you learn that little bit slower. But as long as you take those principles, you learn them, and then you actually put them into practice, your emotional intelligence, the same way that your mental health, the same way that your physical fitness can all improve, as long as you actually implement what you learn. People have the choice to decide, and that will either benefit you or it won't. Now, what tends to happen after you experience that element of it, where you realise that you're in control of actually what happens or how you react, and you can't deal with the situation has happened and it's gone, but how you react to it you can deal with. And when you taste that element of upset, whatever, bereavements, death, in a family or friend, it's just a bad situation, a negative situation. When you then use that as a motivation for yourself and you experience that, from that point onwards, if you can continually do that in your life, because we're always dealt blows and setbacks, if you can use that principle going forward, there is nothing, absolutely nothing that will stop you. And that's when it becomes a really powerful thing.